This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
It's good to have you on board. We start the hour by going out to the Progressive guest line. We'll get a good breakdown here of what sports bettors should be doing, adding to their portfolio, not just by betting sports, but it is sports related. John Calvecchio joins the show now. He's been on the program in studio before. Longtime sports bettor, longtime card collector, owns a couple of shops on the East Coast called Sports Connection, and he joins us now here on a Friday. What's up, John? Good to talk to you again.
You too, guys. Thanks a lot for having me.
You bet. So it's fascinating watching Wemby play, and we'll get Game 6 tonight. We've never seen anything like the guy. He won the Rookie of the Year, won Defensive Player of the Year this year. It's inevitable. If he stays healthy, he'll win multiple MVPs probably on top of that. What is going on in the sports card world with Victor Wembanyama's merchandise that you can buy?
His prices just since January have tripled. Now, when he was drafted back in 23, he was the most hyped prospect, even more hyped than Luka. I'm going to say the hype was rivaling LeBron. Okay, so his prices came out relatively high. But then he got the blood clot, and people got so nervous. They were panic selling. They didn't know if this guy would play again. And I had already had so much of his stuff, I just kept buying. I was buying more. But the only things that I buy are the truly rare rookie cards, the ones that are serial numbered or what are known in the industry as case hits, which are just really rare and tough to come by. So his prices just, they collapsed a little bit. After the news of the blood clot, wondering if he would come back, I kept buying, and now they've just skyrocketed.
What do you stand to make if they win the title? What do you think his price will go
now?
To?
Well, right now I have my initial investment on him was like $125,000, and right now my portfolio is probably $350,000 or $400,000. If they win the title and this guy wins the Finals MVP, I'm going to say it's probably close to $750,000.
Or maybe even touching $1 million. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm looking right now, just did a quick Google search. The most expensive Victor rookie card ever was the 2023-2024 Panini Prism Nebula Choice, sold for $860,000 at auction. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yep. Yeah, we actually have a post on our Instagram. Shout out to Kayla. She does our Instagram, and she gives great information. We actually posted we made a post with the most expensive Wembanyama cards of all time just in the last couple weeks. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
That's my stash right there.
Beautiful. So,
yep,
you're telling sports bettors, if you got a big bankroll or disposable income, get in on card collecting and get these rare cards with Wemby and Cooper Flag and even SGA is skyrocketing.
Yeah, so let me tell you about SGA. I got some data here. So when he was a rookie in 2018, 18-19, so the most expensive product is called National Treasures. His true rookie patch auto numbered to 99 back then was selling for between $700 and $1,000. There are websites that track the data 20 years back, so I can see completed sales on eBay. So these cards were between $700 and $1,000, numbered to 99 when they released in 2019. Currently, they're about $50,000, and this isn't for the highest graded ones. This is for just normal condition. The highest graded ones are even more.
So when we grew up as kids, we had the Beckett magazine, and the Beckett magazine will tell you what the cards are worth. Well, now who sets the market? How do you know? These prices are astronomical. How do you know what a card's worth, and who tells you what a card's worth?
It's a fluid market. So eBay, auction houses, there are all sorts of different online auction houses, from Fanatics Collect to Golden to companies like Alt, and then the one that everyone knows is eBay. And these prices move so fluidly based on demand, availability, what is actually available, and how the player's performing. When Ohtani, nobody thought this would happen, and his prices just go higher and higher and higher every single day.
Yeah. So the other thing is, And I know we both had the Griffey 89 Upper Deck card with wearing the hat and how much that thing's worth now as well. But you're seeing Mr. Wonderful. You're seeing these social media influencers as well. I never thought we'd see this. They're overpaying and they're bragging about it, the high-end stuff. Yep. So there's no end in sight.
There's no end in sight. They know they have to overpay. Otherwise, they won't be able to own the card. That's why I said the dealers get in 2 days early to the National. I will be at every booth looking for the rare flag and Wemby rookies, and I'm going to just scoop them all up. So anybody who comes into that show that wants a rare flag or Wemby and wants to invest, they're going to have no choice. Whatever the last one sold for won't matter because you can't find it. If they're not available, the previous sale's almost irrelevant on rare cards. That's why Mr. Wonderful and private equity and all these different personalities are coming into this industry.
What happened after the NFL draft, and did anything maybe make it even go up higher last night after the schedule? Because I'm seeing right now another search like guys that you want to get your hands on. Caleb Williams pops up from a couple years ago, but what are you seeing right now in the NFL?
So let's talk about win totals, schedule, and all these people that make future bets, whether it's yes playoffs, over win total. So the Patriots last year, nobody thought they were going to be any good. They weren't great the year before. Nobody knew what to expect from Drake May coming out of North Carolina. Now, back in March of 2025, okay, if you looked at the Patriots schedule, saw how soft it was, and you said, you know what, I want to take a shot on this guy. He was a highly touted prospect. I want to buy some of his rare stuff. In March of 2025, his gold prism, it's numbered to 10. It's one of the most sought-after rookie cards that he has in existence. Sold for $10,000 in March of 25 in a grade of a 9. In December of 25, same card, $35,000. So you can take your sports betting research, your futures research, and you can start to project based off of schedules who you think may be the next Drake May or Sam Darnold. I dug into this today, and there's two teams that have really weak schedules. Particularly, they play a very weak defensive schedule. The Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Now, Minnesota's an interesting one because we don't know who the quarterback's going to be. But we know it's Tyler Shuck. We know they added a receiver. I think the offense, and ETN, the offense is going to be exciting. It's a really weak division. So I think that I'm going to, after I get done coaching this softball game, I'm going to start looking into Shuck cards to see what I can put in my portfolio.
As you were talking about Drake May, Shuck popped into my mind. I was actually looking for MVP prices for him last night as the schedule was coming out. I think you and I need to have a conversation off the air. I'm absolutely all in on Tyler Shuck. Got to be.
I agree. The schedule's ridiculous. The division is terrible. And here, the great thing about cards, as opposed to futures, is you don't need them to win. All you need them to do is come out, outperform expectations, and then you can sell. That's it. That's it. See, I'm not a huge fan of the Lions. I know they have the easiest schedule, but a lot of their key players, whether it's St. Brown or Jared Goff, have been in the league so long. Their cards are just a little long in the tooth. There's just so much excitement around these new guys, like there was with Drake May and now with Shuck. And I think he's just such a great buy right now.
Are you in on Murakami? And what are his prices looking like?
Well, it's a great question. Shout out to Mark. He's one of our online streamers. He pulled a gold auto last night for a customer on TikTok. Cards worth about $11,000 or $12,000. And I said to Mark today, I said, why didn't you contact the customer and try to buy this? We do that all the time. We try to buy the rare cards that the customers pull so they can keep buying, and we get to stash away a rare card. And my guy said they don't think he's going to be Ohtani. They think he's good but not great, and this might be the peak of his values. They don't know what he has to do for his prices to increase from here.
Okay, can you elaborate how there's no end in sight, where you're going in August to Chicago to the card convention, and also the attendance and what your game plan is going to be, how you're going to be duffel bag boy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So last year, there were so many people, you could not walk down the aisles. I've never seen anything like it. You can see videos online. So I contacted the person that gets us our booth every year, and I said, Megan, can you tell me how many individual tickets were sold? She said, I can't tell you how many were sold because they don't even tell me, but the range they gave me was between 80 and 100,000. She said sales have already surpassed that. They're up 9%, and it's only May. This one is going to be the biggest we've ever seen. And I'm really excited. There's just new people, new money, new investors coming into the industry every day. And my plan, anybody that watches this show remembers Duffel Bag Boy. I'll never forget the time where he left the bag in the bathroom. He was showering in the bathroom, and he left the bag out front. Didn't care. I'm doing the same thing. I'm walking around with a bag, and every flag in Wemby that I can find, give it to me. I want it. I want it. I want it off the show floor because I think flagging could be just as impactful to this game as Wemby is. I mean, he's an incredible talent. This guy's 19 years old. You got the two key players for Purdue University, the potential Final Four team. 24 years old. This guy's 19.
Well, by the way, the NBA draft is absolutely loaded this year.
Yeah.
And that'll be at the end of July, probably right before that convention then, huh?
Yeah. Fanatics just released a product 2 weeks ago. In the past, it was all college. They mixed college and pro. So the college portion, the NIL portion, has all the guys in the draft along with current stars and legends like Wemby, LeBron, all of them. It's unbelievable.
There you go. Sports Connection Cards Shop, and it's sports.connection.cards on Instagram as well. John Calvecchio here on the Progressive Guest Line. That was awesome, John. Thank you, and best of luck at the softball game tonight.
Thanks, guys. You're the best.
Thank you. So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Good stuff there from John Calvecchio, longtime sports bettor, sports card collector as well. He looked it up during the break. The best Tyler Shuck card already is going, wow, the asking price is $150,000. Maybe I should have hung on to more of my cards when I was younger.
We had them all. The Jordan rookie, that 85, 86 Fleer set, the Jordan sticker, the Griffey 89 upper deck, all this stuff. But now it's no end in sight. It's like owning a sports franchise.
Yeah, right.
Where it's like, okay, the Raiders are going for $10 billion. The Lakers are going for $10 billion.
It's like cocktails out here in Vegas.
Yeah, Golden State going for $11 billion. Laker paid $300 million for it, whatever it was. But when we're growing up, you're thinking like the Jordan rookie's worth a couple thousand. And now you're seeing Wemby cards, all these Wemby cards are $20,000. You saw one $800,000. But his game plan is going to be, I'm buying all this stuff up. I'm going to be able to manipulate the market and create the demand because I'm going to own all the other rare stuff. And like these Mr. Wonderful, these guys that they're bragging about how much they pay millions of dollars for these cards, and they overpay, and then it was worth this when they bought it 2 years ago. This was the price.
I like what he said, by the way.
Astronomical prices.
Because we, come on. I love betting awards. I'm not the only one. A lot of people do. But it sucks to come in second or third place. And he had a good line. He's like, you don't have to worry about that ticket cashing.
Yeah, like Drake May, the Drake May example.
Yeah, right.
Oh, his cards have skyrocketed.
Just buy the card, watch it go up, and then boom, there you go.
Yeah.
You were afraid yesterday that the PGA Championship was going to turn into the Scotty Scheffler Invitational. It might turn into the Maverick McNeely Invitational. He just had a putt for another birdie. He is at 6 under through 14. He leads by 2 strokes. So before the 15th hole, I believe he was 5 under in his last 6 or 7 holes. Absolutely scorching hot, on fire, and 2 strokes up on Smalley in the clubhouse, and also now Min Woo Lee, who's been up and down today, but he's at 4 under. And so it goes McNeely 6, then Minwoo Lee and Smalley at 4.
Rombo's coming. Here comes Rombo.
No, he gave one back.
He did?
He was at 3.
He's the third choice.
And now he's back to 2.
Oh. So even McNeely is 5-1 at DraftKings. Scheffler's 4-1. Rom's 9. And Minwoo Lee's 13. Cam Young 11.
Yep. Here's Jason Day. This was his third at a par 4, the 18th hole. He's going to have about a 5-footer for. Oh, that's for par, 5-foot putt. But he got off to a great start today, and that was it. Gave 2 back, and that's where he's sitting right now. He's back at even par.
What happened to Koepka? 120-1.
Where's he at now?
Something must have happened.
Well,
he was sitting around there, one under, and then oh boy, why can't I find him? Is it that bad?
You're still scrolling down that far?
Yeah, I hope maybe I missed him. Oh boy, no, I didn't. He's 2 over, tied for 44th.
That's fun.
3 over today. So was Spieth.
I can kiss my top 20 goodbye from him.
He might. Is he? Oh, he might miss the cut. He's only on 15.
Oh boy,
the cut is 4 over. If he messes around, he's going to find out here pretty damn quick.
Hold on a second here. This is Aubert going for his 4th consecutive birdie. This is a long one. He's going to come up a little bit left of that, but he's at 1 under, and this is about a 2-footer now for a par. So he is on 15 right now. Don't look now, but he is climbing up the leaderboard. He's at 20-1 to win. He is plus 126 to finish top 10.
You see Rory? He's 3 under today. What's Rory?
I'll get odds on him, yeah. Do you trust Aubert to be there, though, on Sunday?
No.
And, mentally keep it together?
No.
Rory's 32-1 to win.
Okay.
4-1 top 5, plus 168 at DK right now to go top 10.
Yeah. Wheels coming off from Morikawa. He was 2 over today, 1 over for the tournament. Schauffele's 3 over for the day, 1 over for the tournament. He's on 15.
I'll tell you this.
Pat Reed gave a couple back. Well, the implosion's coming with Hatong Lee. You know, that'll happen.
Much like the Masters?
He'll put up a snowman on 1 hole. He is even through 2 rounds.
I'll point out a couple of guys that were tipped on this show as well. Yesterday, Kelly Bidlin came on the program, and he said Patrick Cantlay is a guy that he was high on going into the event and brought his name up again live. Cantlay now on the day is 2 under. He's tied for 8th. He's 2 under for the tournament overall. And Patrick Cantlay is 26-1 to win it at DK, plus 116 right now to go top 10. And Jeff Seeley, remember, was really strong on Harris English. Harry is 3 under for the day. He's through 17, so he's playing 18 as we speak. He is 2 under for the tournament, 4 off of McNeely. And now Harris English is down to 31-1 to win. He's plus 138 to finish top 10. I'd be intrigued by the top 10. Best numbers are long gone, obviously, before today, but now we have some more information. And Harris English is a guy that you can't be stunned if on Sunday, oh, look at this, he's 3 strokes back with a bunch of golf to go.
Yep. I just want to throw this at you to get your reaction. Kind of breaking news. The NHL took a 2nd-round pick in the draft away from the Golden Knights and fined Tortorella $100,000 for keeping their dressing room closed after the win last night.
Oh, my God.
You ever hear about that?
So
that's incredible. Oh, my God. They didn't open their dressing room to the media. Tortorella didn't speak with reporters after they won last night 5-1 to move on to the conference finals. They said there were previous warnings, and they didn't get through. They're stripping a 2nd-round pick in the draft, and they're hitting Torts with $100,000.
What a massive penalty. I will point this out. I saw it last night. Jesse Granger has covered that team since day 1, and he tweeted that scenario out and said Torts wasn't available. I guess only 1 player came out after and spoke to the media, and Granger said, I've never seen this in my 9 years of covering the team and the league. Never seen it before. But 100 dimes, 100,000, and then
what do you got to be salty about?
A 2nd-round pick?
You're not in a celebratory mood, or you can't?
Yeah, I don't.
You can't talk about the big series win.
There's clearly something behind the scenes that we're unaware of.
Media freeze out. 2nd-round pick and $100,000 and fine. $100,000.
Well, the front office is going to be beside themselves, right? How do you cost the team a 2nd-round pick?
Yeah.
Can they appeal that?
No, not if you not if you warned them several times.
I guess, okay.
And they continue to do it,
Boy,
according to the league. Yes.
That's a heavy penalty, man.
Right. Also out here, I'm with you on what they did to the Raiders. Got the big fancy stadium.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting another Super Bowl. Big brand. Everyone knows the Raiders. Great fan base. Travel all over. Number 1 draft pick. No primetime game.
Yeah.
And for the first time since 2011, there are 5 teams shut out. No primetime games. Mike North, who makes the schedule, says you can't draft your way into prime time. Well, apparently the Giants can get whatever they want when they start out 1-6 every year as well. So the Raiders are livid at that, and I'm surprised as well. And
Paul, let me add on to this. I got news for you. They do it. You're right. They do it every single year with the Giants and the Jets. Not the Jets this year, thank God.
Yeah, but the Giants stink every year too.
Sure.
It's like, come on, man.
And I'll give you another one too. They are shoving the Steelers down. I got news for you.
They never regret this.
I know that they have a gigantic following. It's top 2, top 3 in the entire league. If you're not a diehard, they are boring to watch.
That's why I think it's too much Denver. The Broncos are boring or not exciting, whatever.
Yeah, but there's still a little bit of room for the unknown there with the Broncos and how good they might be.
Well, still, I would argue Rodgers is a draw as opposed to Bo Nix.
Oh, McNeely just missed a 18. How did he miss that putt?
Bogey?
Yeah, now it's a bogey.
I'm with you. I think this is going to come back to bite him with all these late primetime games with the Steelers.
Oh, come on. That team, they've been it's a carbon copy every year for as long as I can remember. And they're average. God.
First 6 weeks, Denver, KC, Jacksonville, Rams, Chargers, Niners, Seattle. They also say they cut the Chiefs a break, too.
Of course they did.
Come on.
Isn't it, by the way, Mahomes and Nix off of injuries last year, yet they give that big of a break to Mahomes and the Chiefs, and they load up with the Broncos. Here's what you need to do. Set a calendar reminder right now if you want to get involved with the Broncos, but don't do it. Set it for after the Seahawks game. Have that go off on your phone and be like, oh, yeah, they're 2-4 now. That's right. I want to bet the Broncos right now to make the playoffs or to go over their win total.
7 primetime games for the Rams?
Too many.
Right? And an egregious mistake. They play Seattle weeks 16 and 18. 2 best teams in the league last year with 2 awesome games. Sports calendar never stops. Sharp Plays covers it all. They've been winning for 15 straight years. All of it documented. Logs posted publicly. SharpPlays.com. Donating over $30,000 to charity the last couple of years with the Robin Hood plays. When they move, the books take notice. Advanced AI, trusted insider intel. They find value before the numbers shift. Respected, watched, and feared. Start winning with them. SharpPlays.com. The daily Mr. Poison tweets and updates as well. Sources and talk to bettors worldwide over all sports and sent out immediately to subscribers. Win now, sharpplays.com.
Could Circa Sports have an ace up their sleeve for their Survivor contest this year? Did Derek Stevens tip off something last night? You'll find out next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
This course at the PGA Championship has been a bear so far the first 2 days. Maverick McNeely was just stuck right behind a tree, and he's going to get a big break the way it looks because the shot looked like it was going to go over the green, but it caught a lip and came back. So now he might be okay for a par eventually to stay at 5. He's the single leader right now. Smalley's in the clubhouse at 4 under. Everybody else behind them. And how about this? What an email from our buddy Rich in Canada. In a hilarious but in no way surprising outcome, Garrick Higgo finished +5, and the cut looks to be at +4. As Rich adds in the email, he only missed by 1 shot, but can you really define 1 shot? In a way, you can say I made the cut, but I missed it.
How do you define 1 second?
Right, yeah. You can't possibly define 1 second.
We got great emails on this, too, after we discussed it yesterday. One, he is Yogi Berra, the stuff he says. I was on time, but I was late.
Mm-hmm.
If I knew I was late, what was the line? If I knew I was late, I wouldn't have been late.
I would not have been late if I knew I was late.
That's right. And he just, I love that he didn't have his watch and phone with him when he was on the putting green practicing. But then after the round with Marty Smith, he's got the watch on. And then the caddy yelling at him, flagging him down. So, and the other one was Tom Coughlin when he was the coach with the Giants. If you're 5 minutes early, you're late.
You're late.
So that's why he missed the cut. He started with the 2-stroke penalty because he was a minute late on the tee time on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And you knew that would happen. You knew it. Son of a gun. Unbelievable.
All right, so the NFL schedule was released last night. A lot of talk about it. Is it overblown, you think, or no?
No, I love it. Can't get enough of it.
Can't get enough of it?
I like the creativity last night, all the teams with the... We really shot it up, though, with how many teams were doing their schedule unveiling in their skits. Atlanta did a good job. Tennessee. Of course, the Chargers always lead the way. But it's... Yeah. How about... we had the simulcast, ESPN and NFL Network. That was surprising.
Look, I love this sport as much as anybody. I can't wait for it to get here again. It's sad when the season ends. I just will point out that I hate to say I told you so, but talk to me in 5 years when the league is adding more standalone games, they add more international games, and the breakdown on Sundays is going to be 5 early or 6 early and 2 or 3 late, and all of those matchups on Sunday are going to be garbage because they put such a premium on their standalone games and how they do the Monday, Thursday, Sunday night schedule, make sure they're really good because they want as many ratings as possible, and now they're going to do that on Thanksgiving and Christmas and on Wednesdays and whatever else. I'm just warning you, eventually Sundays are going to be eroded to the point of where it's like, guys, can you dial it back a little bit here? You took away what was so special about the league. I'm pointing it out. I hope I'm wrong. I don't think I'm going to be. I think I'm going to be right on that because it's already trending in that direction.
Standalone games have been a monster, though, for them. And it's also big with streaming.
But you see my point about what Sundays are going to be?
We'll see. Well,
every game on Sunday is going to be the Browns and the Titans. Okay.
No, that's an easy fix, though. I don't know why they're only going three late games with some of the schedule.
Because they want the one nationally televised game to be that important late.
That's a mistake. And Survivor's going to be a bear because you look at the point spreads of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Eve is Packers-Rams 3.5. Bears-Lions 2.5. So Thanksgiving. Eagles-Cowboys 1.5. Bills-Chiefs 2.5. Black Friday. Denver and Pittsburgh 1.5. And then a lot of these teams play on Christmas.
6.
This is brutal. Oh, so many people are going to get wiped out here.
Well, I can't wait to see what the rules are going to be. Again, it's going to be Derek Stevens, Mike Palm, Jeff Benson on our show next Tuesday to fill us all in. Is there going to be a new wrinkle to the season because of all the standalone games? They joined, well, it was Derek Stevens and Wilbo last night with Matt Humans and Tim Murray on Primetime following us, and they talked about Thanksgiving week.
Well, let's talk about the Thanksgiving schedule here before we get to week one, because Thanksgiving was, I would say, it was kind of like a slaughter for Circle Survivor last year. Thanksgiving and Black Friday with the Eagles losing and everything happened back then. Remember the Ravens losing?
All four dogs won.
Yeah, all 4 dogs won. So Thanksgiving was the pivotal point in the contest a year ago. That's when I got knocked out on Black Friday. Look at the schedule, Derek. Thanksgiving Eve, Packers, Rams. Turkey Day, triple header. Bears, Lions, Eagles, Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills. Black Friday, Broncos, Steelers. There's no obvious team you want to save for Thanksgiving, is there?
No, it changes things quite a bit. And look, these are marquee matchups. You know, Thanksgiving used to always be the Lions at home against somebody and then the Cowboys at home against somebody. It was nothing great. It was more of an afterthought.
Right.
But boy, oh boy, NFL knows how to own a holiday, and they own Thanksgiving, and they quickly took over Christmas a few years ago from the NBA. And they're going to own these holidays.
Yeah, you look at Christmas, we were talking about it. How about – so actually real quickly, so – Can we confirm that all 5 of these games will be in the 12A portion of the Circus Survivor?
Absolutely not.
Oh, absolutely not. Okay.
I would tell you that we've got about 5 bullet points that we've been talking about it since lunch today. We've had very, very strong opinions.
What do you think, Wilbo?
Well, it depends on how many beers I drank tonight when we're talking about it.
Could Black Friday get pushed into 12B?
What if there's a 12C?
Yeah. All options are on the table.
A 12A, B, and C. All right.
Very good.
What do you think of that?
Interesting. Yes. How about?
Can I throw this idea at you?
Yeah.
So what would 12C be, Paul? Will they make the standalone game on Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve, its own separate week? Meaning you have to pick either Rams or the Packers. That's 12A. 12B would be Thanksgiving and Black Friday. 12C would be the games on Sunday and Monday.
Oh, no. That's too difficult.
Well, but he threw out 12C.
Yeah.
What else would 12C possibly be?
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then you have to also look at Christmas. Christmas Eve, Texans, Eagles, 2.5. Packers, Bears on Christmas, 1.5. Bills, Broncos, 1.5. Rams, Seahawks, 1.5. Then I got to play one of those games. I mean, that is...
Will they add...
That is tough.
You need to use 2 teams in a week.
That's what I'd say that. Yeah. I think that's coming.
Bear with another birdie, by the way.
I think that's more of what their strategy could be. That one of these weeks you got to go 2 picks. Because you're not going to get chaos in the unbelievable situation that transpired on Black Friday and Christmas. I mean, Thanksgiving.
No. Could have injuries.
With all the
Probably will have some injuries
all
anyway.
the dogs winning. Right. And also Christmas was so weird because we had all these quarterbacks that were hurt. And how that played out. But I think I would see, instead of 12C, I think you got to take 2 teams on one of the weeks.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get 20,000 people.
So I've been hinting that the team I'm on again this year is Detroit because of the opponents. We knew this. All of the opponents are known way in advance. Just didn't know the way that it was going to land for them. I got to be honest, I don't love the bye week in week 6. So that draws back a little bit of how much I like the team. But they begin with the Saints at home. They go at Buffalo on that Thursday night. Then it goes Jets, at Panthers, at Cardinals. And the Panthers game is the Sunday nighter. Then they get the bye. Off the bye, they get Green Bay and Minnesota at home before they play at Miami, internationally against New England, then back home to the Buccaneers and the Bears. Man, they have a lot of teams with very low win totals on their schedule this year. Also, here's one other negative I don't like about the schedule is how they close. Only, what did I say earlier? Only the 7th team since realignment to finish with 3 divisional games on the road in the final 4 weeks. The final month or final 4 weeks of the season goes at Minnesota, the Giants at home on a Monday night, at the Bears, at the Packers. That's pretty tough.
Yep. The breaks that Kansas City received, the early bye, and they get Miami and Las Vegas at home early to deal with any issues if there's something wrong with Mahomes.
Yeah.
How that worked out.
Isn't that handy?
Yep. If you're betting the Preakness, don't just pick a pretty name. Get the data that wins. Daily Racing Form's Preakness package gives you past performances, clocker reports, expert picks, and betting strategies all in one place. You can save 37%, but only for a limited time. Go to shop.drf.com or scan the QR code on your screen. Daily Racing Form. Bet smarter. Shop.drf.com.
After that putt by Bear for another birdie, he is scorching hot. I believe that's 4 birdies in the last 5 holes. He was basically cut in half to win this event at DraftKings. He went from 20 or higher to plus 1150 now to win, and he is the 5th shot on the board. It goes Scheffler, McNeely, Rahm, Cam Young, Bear at DraftKings. I mean, this is it has not been an easy day for most people. McNeely's 4 under for the day. Goddard up was 5 under. Cam Young did finish 3. He had to have it. Bear's 4 under for the day, and he's got 2 holes to go. Wow. We'll recap our best bets from last night and tell you what we've added. In-pocket plays coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
On coke if his girlfriend was not.
These games are a burial, a blowout, a human lock.
You can bet your children's, unborn children, on these games.
I was so good that whenever I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Ducks to win the series plus 310, no good. Vegas to the conference final, 5th time in the last 9 years. Split the alt-unders in the hockey games. Buffalo, Montreal was drunk. 3-2 right away. New Hook had 17 shots on goal in the first 4 games of the series. Bubkiss last night, that was a surprise. And this girl's the real deal. Olivia Miles for the Lynx. A lot of assists, great shooting. Doesn't take enough shots though, but she had 11 points at the half, but only finished with 15, so we got hooked there. Olivia Miles had 15 in the win, and then all hell broke loose. The press conference with Dallas. Seems it's a team in turmoil already. Timberwolves plus a game and a half for the series comes down tonight. Man City to win the Prim. Tottenham to stay up. Cavs to win the title, 40-1. Pistons to win the title, 30-1. PSG to lift the trophy, Champions League, $1.60. May 30th against Arsenal. Good card tonight to close out on Amazon. T-Wolves and Spurs. And you've got 2 games in the WNBA at night. The LA Sparks, led by Kelsey Plum, over 20.5 points. She's gone over both games this year. He's takes a ton of shots and good from 3. And her teammate last year was dealt in a trade I cannot believe, but a new and improved Chicago Sky, Rakia Jackson, who took 18 shots in her last game, 2-0 her over player prop points on the season. She is 16.5 at Caesars. I think she goes over that as one of the top options for the Sky. They are small dogs in Phoenix tonight.
Give me those shots.
Good luck. Yes, she's not afraid, and that's what we want. And she was excellent to close the year last year.
The Ducks to win the series against VGK. Yeah, no good. Loser for me. Pending. Scheffler top 5 plus 115. We'll see how that breaks. Jason Day, rip roaring start today. Fell back to the pack. Top 20. Koepka top 20 as well. Bunch of other pending that's not until really the end of the month, with Sinner to win the French Open, Rangers, Guardians, Yankees, most wins in the month of May. The new stuff here tonight. Great breakdown today. Zach Cohen. I encourage you to read the content at vsin.com on the daily. Evan Mobley, 5+ assists, is available at plus 160. He's been getting this a bunch in this series, and they're kind of running the offense through him a little bit like the Knicks are with Karl Anthony Towns.
If the Cavs win, get ready Sunday. Get right back with the Cat assists. Game 1 Sunday. Get ready.
Is Game 1 Sunday already?
It is. Yes, it is.
Boy, that's fast, huh?
That's how it should be. You get you get an advantage if you win a series early, as opposed to if you got to go the distance or go 6.
Paul Reed, 10+ points tonight, plus 270. Yeah. He's done this in 3 consecutive games.
Let's see what Bickerstaff does.
He's got to have the guy in more.
Got to have him play more. No doubt. Duran's killing him.
Now, how about this? Cade Cunningham double-double tonight, plus 125. Not getting gritty with the triple, just the double-double is plus 125. Hits this quite often. This game just started, broke it down earlier today. I'm on 2 year fees tonight. So, yes, for a run in the first inning. Nats Orioles played that at minus 120. And that game just started. And later on, Diamondbacks Rockies year fee minus 160. And the disrespect is real for Tampa. I played them at minus 115 earlier today. Put it on the vsin.com picks page.
We'll see you June 13th. We're taking over Circa up top. All you can eat, all you can drink. 1 to 5. Mike Palm, Derek Stevens, Mitch Moss. Cast of thousands. NBA Finals. 3 World Cup matches highlighted by Brazil and Morocco. MLB Day Baseball, whatever you want. Open bar, all you can eat. vsin.com/Beyond the Booth. We'll see you June 13th. vsin.com/Beyond the Booth. I mean, this is unbelievable. Mike North, who makes the schedule. Warren Sharp does this every year and does a great job. The Chargers are negative 24. Rest disadvantage. Second worst since 2000. The Bears are plus 16. Second largest since 1990. 69 games on the schedule. There's a 3-day rest advantage or more. Most in history. Mike North. It's not a thing. You do not have a competitive advantage when you're coming off your bye. You don't have a competitive advantage when you have 2 or 3 days more rest. If the data suggests that, when we will adjust. Are you kidding?
It's absolutely preposterous.
It's ridiculous.
This is from...
You could say that.
Yeah.
It's a physical sport, war of attrition.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Injuries all the time in this sport. This is from Mike on X, listening to us gaslight Mike North. Rest disparity isn't a thing. They're lying to justify a game every day and in every country. You can't draft into prime time, says the guy who gives us Jets and Giants in prime time 3 times minimum every single year.
Yeah.
Until this year with the Jets.
Yeah.
And Gary on X said, look at the Week 16 Sunday games. I'll do that right now, to my point of just be careful. Sunday is sacred for the National Football League. And I'm a little afraid, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with having Sunday be absolutely loaded with great games.
They are saying the public wants it all the time, and the public wanted Wednesday games.
No, they didn't. That's an absolute lie again. And here you go. Here are the Sunday games of Christmas week because they had to load up on Thursday and Friday night. You ready for this? This is what the NFL is going to turn into. Sunday, December 27th, Browns at the Ravens, Chargers at the Dolphins, Cardinals at the Saints, Patriots at the Jets, Titans at the Raiders, and the afternoon game that they want everybody to watch would be 49ers at the Chiefs. I'm just saying, be careful.
There was a week there's only 2 late games. I saw that.
Yeah. Yep.
You had one of those, too. McNeely with a bogey. 4 under.
Is he at 4?
Yes. Okay. We talked to Jeff Sherman earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Bovey was livid. Should OKC be 450 against the Knicks if that's the final matchup?
I think yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Knicks 275 against the Cavs, home court. 175 against Detroit. No home court. I think Paul is giving Detroit too much credit based on regular season and last year. The Knicks are on a mission, and Detroit certainly has had plenty of issues in this postseason.
Yeah, it comes down to matchups, though.
But this new and improved Knick offense looks dynamite, and so many guys that can score, and they're so efficient.
Well, I would be... Here's the thing. If Jalen Duren was the same guy in the playoffs that he was in the regular season,
yeah,
you'd have to take this Pistons team seriously.
I know, but I don't.
But basically, the second best player on the team just decided to take a break and go on vacation early this year.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
How about OKC 275 against San Antonio?
I was hoping for a little bit shorter than that, but again, I'm not surprised. Now, here's the entire key to that series is whether or not San Antonio can take one of the first 2 games on the road. If San Antonio gets there, they have to get there first.
Yeah, right.
And I hope they just take care of the Wolves tonight. So I know, it's a good test. You should close it out tonight. Right. And again, I like this Wolves team. I think they're pretty good. However, that being said, I think every game against Oklahoma City is just, it turns into when the Wolves played Dallas a couple years ago. That was a horrible series. And I think OKC would have their way with Minnesota. And maybe they would have San Antonio, but San Antonio on paper is just, not even on paper, the way they played them this year.
2 tickets can also cash tonight if the Cavs win. They win every game at home in the series, and they were 8-1 at numerous books to be down 2+ games and win the series.
Okay.
That would come in.
That's a good one.
San Antonio, 6.5 at DK. Woo. Boy, oh boy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I think if that touches 7, I think I'm going to have to be in on the Wolves. That's just, I got to pay the price again. I don't know. So actually I said this earlier because every home game for San Antonio, they've been laying doubles. If the Wolves win this game tonight, is it still going to be 10?
Yes.
Don't forget the Spurs are unbelievable off a loss.
Yeah, they beat them by 30 in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
It's going to be 10.
And Koepka is swearing out there on the course right now on 17. I didn't see what happened. I didn't know what the putt was for.
All right. Fowler went back-to-back birdies. So Fowler's at 1 over. But to me, it's if Fox can be aggressive and knock down those open threes, that's why this team can be so dangerous.
Yeah.
Because Castle's good, Harper, Johnson, and you know what the alien's going to do.
Well, they got 8 dudes.
But it's just, he gets kicked out of the game, and they're up 8 with 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it looks like Duncan Robinson's good to go. That's big for Detroit. and I like your Cade bet. You have to get some help. Jenkins has had some good moments.
Yeah.
But this is where you got to close them out. Mitchell's never made the conference finals. And this will only be the second time non-LeBron team that the Cavs will make the conference finals. You got to close them out.
Crazy. Good job again by everybody behind the glass, as always. Stay tuned. Prime time's next. And best of luck with your bets tonight and this weekend.